Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello? Can everyone hear us? Oh, I guess I should turn some background music. There we go.
That might be nice. Have a little music for our talk here today. Ah, there we go.
Sounds good.
Wow. Oh,
Hey.
you did you did give him tea.
I did give him tea! See, I wasn't lying. I gave everyone their drinks.
Wonderful. Thank
Yeah, I'm not
you.
sure. Here, do you need like a screenshot of what I put it, or like, can you see on the screen?
Yep, I have the stream open.
Hey,
Oh, awesome.
move the table. Hello everyone. Nice to see you. I guess.
Hello.
Yes. Should we go ahead and start with introductions?
Yes, let's go ahead.
I guess we'll go
Do
first.
you want to?
We'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. Hello there, adventurers. My name is Yuki Estrella.
And I'm Yuna Estrella of
Duo.
Leveling.
We are twin adventure guild masters here at the Atlas Adventuring Guild.
And we're excited to adventure with you.
Yay! And today on our first episode of Tavern Talk, we have...
KamishiroTaishi here. Thank you for having me.
Yay!
Yeah, our pleasure. Yay! We're so excited.
This is the new thing.
Yeah, brand new. So this
Awesome.
is our first episode of our talk show where we interview and chit chat with amazing guests, and we have specifically asked Taishi should join us today. We thought, well, you know what? Who would be the perfect first guest? It's him.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, so, Yuna, did you want to start off?
Yeah, sure. We'll start off with like the basic of the basic questions here, and then of course we have a few fun questions scattered throughout here. But where?
What happened?
My list of questions. Oh, here it is. Okay, I clicked off and it disappeared. All right. So I know Taishi gave a brief introduction. I didn't know. Do you want to introduce yourself more in depth? Like, what do you do? What are you known for as a VTuber?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Sometimes I introduce myself as a translation VTuber. Just because I do translation. That's my thing. I've been streaming for more than 2 years, I think, but I've actually never done like an anniversary stream, so I haven't been keeping count. I don't know when my anniversary is.
Oh no!
That's all right. That's all right.
Mainly I stream gaming, and I do a little bit of translation on stream sometimes too. And every once in a while I get guests over and I teach them English or Japanese.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, very interesting. Like that kind of makes you a little unique that you can teach like Japanese
And English.
and also do some translation. You know,
Yeah.
very unique.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I've been acquaintances with Taishi for a little bit, so I'm like super stoked that you're now on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You two have known each other for a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
A bit.
It's my first
yeah.
time meeting Taishi's, but it
I-
was good to.
I met
reach
them
out.
on a job, so it was great.
Yes.
Yep.
Very reliable.
On a quest.
Yeah.
On a quest. Yes. You had Taishi on a quest without me. How dare you?
He's a better partner than you are. Dot.
man.
Oh, I don't want to get in the middle of this.
Poor Taishi is like just getting
See,
dragged.
this is why you're on like the far right side of the table, and I'm in between.
Thank you.
It's not like I would kill Taishi. I can't kill our first guest, you know.
Oh, that would
that would set
probably
a bad precedent.
Uh-huh.
It would be all sorts of bad, but
Yes.
Uh,
No one would ever guess again.
so would you classify yourself? I think you're like an angel VTuber kind of, right? Because I know that you usually have wings, right?
I do. But during collabs, they do tend to get in the way, so I put them
Oh,
away.
wow. Wow. You're so fancy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you also share your last name with a very famous VTuber, Rita Kamishiro, right?
Yes.
Have you interacted with her at all before?
Not much, honestly. Mainly just on Twitter.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So, what are your hobbies and some of your favorite games?
Well, my hobby is gaming, I guess.
Yes. I think most of us can say that. It's a good hobby, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, most people who stream game.
Yes.
Aside from the ones who talk, and I'm not good at talking.
Oh, same here. We're not skilled at all, actually.
My favorite game is probably Minecraft, I would say.
Oh,
Minecraft!
Minecraft is so good.
Yeah, I have tuned into watched a few of your Minecraft streams, mostly the bots, but yeah, your builds. I think one time you were building with Kason, right? So you were building some type of farm or some type of mechanism.
Yeah, that was the wool farm.
Yeah, the wool farm. That's right. And I forgot if someone was trolling another or something, but there was, I think, they were trying to put down glass. Either you or K-san was, and it was just like breaking the whole time.
Oh right, yes.
Yes.
K-san didn't know that you have to use Silk Touch to pick up glass.
Okay. See, we're also probably maybe even worse than K-san. We wouldn't even know basic stuff.
I wouldn't say that. You guys have been streaming Minecraft quite a few times, haven't you? Though.
Yeah. We mainly like building.
Yeah, we
Same
build.
here.
We don't adventure. We just like have other people gather the resources.
Oh my gosh. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I hate it, but like exploring is really not my cup of tea. I stay home and I built farms. So that's things to make infinite things. That's basically my thing.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like a farmer, mechanism builder. Yes. See,
Yeah.
my brain isn't even big enough to do that. Like working with the redstone and stuff, it takes me forever. So I just like build whatever. I like building bases, but just like the simple bases that don't require much mechanisms. But I like building that. Yeah,
And
going
make
out
it look
exploring.
good.
Yes, going out and exploring. It's so scary. But we'll have to invite you to our Minecraft server sometime. We have
Yes, please.
Yeah, we have.
Yes, yeah.
We have a
love it.
members only server where people have been building like a beautiful city, and yeah. So we have like a guild. We have the we have the guild hall that isn't finished yet. I'm still working on it. We have like a jail that we can put you in. We have
That's not a
bank.
selling point, but
What? Yeah, I mean it's totally a tourism point right there.
Yeah, who
Come to our Minecraft server. We have a jail.
yeah. We have lots of things that our members have been building, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we totally prioritize the jail over actually finishing the guild hall or anything like that.
priorities. Is that where
Right?
you're gonna sleep then?
Well, no.
Yeah.
We
It'll be
do
safe.
have we did have to use it once already, because when I was saying bye and I was taking a picture of like what we built, someone decided to destroy the ground under me. I don't know who it was, but I fell through the world into like lava almost.
Oh,
Right when I was taking a
okay, so-
picture. So I don't know who did it, but I'm gonna catch you.
Comedic timing. You should thank
Yeah.
them instead.
Yes, it's like, I thanked them. I thought it was great, but Yuki thinks otherwise.
No.
apparently.
All Yuna heard was me screaming as I fell.
Yeah, I was in another area. I was like, what's going on? All I can hear is Yuki screaming over Discord.
Perfect.
Yes, Minecraft is a great game, good for creatives like us.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I like building the stuff through following YouTube videos.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
So I build stuff and I watch like Korean dramas at the same time. And that's
Oh,
Korean
my way of
dramas! I love Korean
de-stressing.
dramas! We should
You do?
exchange... Yes, we should exchange titles one day. Yeah,
Recommendations. Is there one that you're watching right now that you recommend?
I mean, they're all pretty much the same though.
They
like,
are.
They have the very same-ish plots.
There aren't any particular ones that I think are like especially good. It's just they're all samey, so I just put it on and watch
For background.
it and don't really remember. Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you kind of like put it on as background, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I get you.
Oh, and also,
I usually watch for the plot, no matter how cheesy it is, you know.
also, it looks like there's someone who does recognize you in our audience. Conrad Cito says, "Whoa, it's Taishi, Yuna, and Kaison's friend."
Yura.
Sorry, I can't.
Yura and Kaison. It looks
Hey, Conrad.
The R and the N's
Yes.
are very confusing.
yeah,
They
they're very
are.
close together. You just need some glasses.
I do. I'm getting old in my venturing age here.
Oh no.
Oh, they
Oh,
said they
and-
liked the Terraria stream that you did with Yura. Oh,
I see. We never finished that game.
do you prefer Minecraft or Terraria?
Definitely.
You know, we feel the same. I don't know. I mean, not that Terraria is a horrible game. I think it has a really nice battle system, right?
It does. It does.
But I think I just prefer the 3D. The 3D
Well, for
feeling. of
building, I
Minecraft.
get more satisfaction from Minecraft because
Yes,
because
yes.
it's an actual 3D. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think all of us are builders, I would safely say,
Mhm.
as opposed to survivalists. So I think that's why like Terraria
I actually
can be
do like
more
survival. So
appealing.
like usually if Yuna is building and we had our city attacked by villagers sometimes, so I do go out and kick their asses. Not villagers, raiders.
Yeah,
Right?
pillagers.
But yeah,
Villagers.
pillagers. Yes,
Okay.
raiders. I was like, attacked by villagers.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no.
We're supposed to protect them.
Yeah, I know, right?
What did you do to provoke them?
The people have turned on us.
Yeah.
We must give them cake.
Yuna turns
Exactly.
into a dictator, yes.
No, it wasn't me. They were attacking you.
Yeah, but
So I'm the innocent one. They want an insurrection against their their empress, their dictator.
So you kill them.
You know?
So you kill them.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes. Yeah.
And we totally don't use our members for slave labor at all. You know, nope.
Hey, if without slave labor, Minecraft doesn't work, man. You
Right.
need
We need the
it.
materials.
Yeah.
we
you do.
can't build the city by ourselves. I think the jail was actually made by someone too. That's the sad part. I think most of the buildings were made by other people. Yuki and I only just made 2 things, and we're like, this is our city. We're taking the credit for it.
Well, you host it, so by default, it's all yours.
Oh yeah, it's like being a landlord, you know, or a
Exactly.
feudal lord. You're just like, I give you the land, you work the land, but this is my land. Everything on is mine.
Exactly.
Guildmates, you're hearing this live. I do not have any part of
What?
this.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I forgot I was in front of the guildmates. Oh no.
No, just be honest about it and let them know where they stand.
Wow.
Oh, that's why I have the wine. Good job, Taishi. I knew bringing you on here was a good decision. I have backup now. I have justification.
Yes.
Also, Ryu says, "Hellos, I come in and you're trying to offer alcohol to a minor. I have a juice box. Do you want that?"
I have
Yeah,
tea. You want that?
Yeah,
we have tea
only
and
one
juice.
person is drinking. Yeah, only one person is drinking here. The sophisticated. I mean, Taishi, I'm sure you're sophisticated, but I have
wait.
the wine.
You're saying that Taishi's sophisticated, but I'm not?
No, you're not. You have juice box, you know.
That's good,
Only
though.
kids drink out of juice box.
Oh,
Taishi at least has
Capri
like
Suns.
a hot
Capri
cup
Suns
of
are
tea.
the shit.
A free sun.
Capri Suns,
Yeah,
it's
Capri
like
Suns
juice
are good.
pouches, yeah.
Ah.
Oh, you may not have had a Capri Sun before, but they're like the shape of it is interesting. It is not a box, but more like a pouch. And
Pouch.
there's a pointy
okay.
orange straw that you stab through it.
And usually you
Yes.
stab through the other side in accident, and then you ruin
Yeah,
the
sometimes you stab yourself with the straw instead. But yes, and then you drink it. And I think the juices, they say it's different flavors, but I think it's actually just clear juice.
pouch. Yeah,
Ah. It's like flavored water then.
yeah.
Flavored, yes, flavored water for kids or for Yuki in this
I
case.
see.
Wow, excuse you. I would take that.
What?
though.
What? Yeah,
I would
you
take
would.
it.
See?
I would take it though.
Yes.
Everyone
See
is
how
now
appropriate
talking
it is?
about their beverages.
Apple juice and vodka.
Apple juice
Together?
and vodka.
Wait,
Oh.
together?
And vodka. Together? I
Okay.
haven't heard of that. I've heard of like vodka and like Sprite or like, you know,
Coke?
Coke.
Oh, someone in the
Apple
chat
juice.
earlier did say that we forgot like the straight vodka option.
The straight vodka I didn't even think of. Guys, how often do we drink? Never. I think all three of us don't really drink. We were just talking about this before we started the stream. Is that we all don't
So,
drink.
Wait, is your
Yeah,
wine
no.
actually grape juice then? Carbonated grape juice? Because that does exist.
Carbonated grape juice, yeah. Or like you know, the sparkling cherry.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that we have in our
Yeah,
fridge.
yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ooh, we actually have some, yes.
No, I think I'm not drinking it, but we do have the apple,
Sparkling apple.
sparkling apple cider. Yeah, it's cider. There we go.
I have actually gotten drunk on sparkling grape juice before. when
Oh,
I was a kid.
That is a
That's
when
an
you were a kid.
achievement.
Okay, I was gonna say if you
Yeah.
did it like right now at this age, that would be you know, a feat. But as a kid, yes.
Yeah, I was a kid. It was like a house party hosted by my parents,
Mhm,
and there
mhm.
was sparkling grape juice, and I was like, "Oh, this is yummy!" And I drank it, and I got a headache, and I had no idea what was going on.
Oh,
Oh,
yep, that's the first
no.
sign. The
And all the
headaches.
adults looked at me, and they saw how red I was, and they started laughing at me. It's so,
Oh.
so
Oh
weird.
no!
Nah, they're all family friends, but yeah.
Oh no, yeah, that's how it is though. You know, when you're young and your family friends and your parents, they just think, oh, you're so cute. Well, it's like
Yeah.
I'm fighting for my life here.
Oh, also,
But
thank
yeah.
you so much for the tip, Anonymous. $6.90.
Thank you. Oh,
Nice number.
nice number.
Oh, since we've derailed, I guess we should go on to the next question.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, we got derailed
okay.
so
What?
bad. Derailed.
Who are your favorite VTubers?
Well, it's mainly just dragon person that many people might not know, called Kido Coco. A bit of a small time VTuber, yeah. And these days I watch this person called K-san. I don't know that if you guys know.
Yes, I think a lot of people here love K-san, us included.
Yeah.
But I also enjoyed the dragon.
And I just have to do the usual, like I appreciate all my own friends, and
Yeah.
also all the friends, the K-san friends with a capital F. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And you've had, I think we had touched on this previously, but you've also collabed with K-san a few times, which is really cool.
Yeah. When collabing with your Oshi, you kind of get tongue-tied and don't really know what to say.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd be so nervous. I wouldn't be able to do it. Yuki, do you have an Oshi that you would love to collab with if you had the chance?
I've actually already collabed with my Oshi before, so...
Oh, that's right, you have.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Who is it?
because my Oshi is Yulia, Princess
A
Yulia.
Royal Knight to VT.
Yeah,
yes.
and I accidentally hit her with an arrow and killed her,
yeah,
I
it's
think.
like we were playing Mordhau, right? And
Mhm.
because I think it's a medieval fighting game.
Yes,
where
it
you play
is.
up against other people.
Mhm.
So we were on the same team, but there's friendly fire, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, maybe.
And Yulia
Unfortunately.
accidentally ran right into my arrow. I was trying to protect her from some people who were ganging up on her.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Arrow in the
Yuki
back.
shot her love.
Oh,
her Oshi.
It's so tragic.
You know what?
It's okay.
I did the exact same thing.
You did. What'd you do?
We were storming a pigling stronghold with a whole group, and K-san ran out in front, and I had just shot an arrow at one of the
Oh,
piglins, and
oh
hit her in the
no.
back, and she died.
Oh no.
Oh no. I think this is just a theme with our Oshis. Like, we automatically just, accidentally kill them. So,
Oh,
Yuna,
well,
who's
you
your
know,
Oshi and
yeah.
who will you kill?
Oh, what? Why do you had to add the second part?
I mean,
Well, I guess there's a trend going on.
yeah,
I mean, Taishi already
it's 2 out of
killed
3
K-san.
already.
Yuki.
It's 2 out of 3.
How about Yuna? Do you have a?
For the longest time, I think I've said this before. We have collabed with her, and I think I have killed her before. So it's 3 for 3. My Oshi right now is Bun Mi. She is a artist VTuber who does a lot of art. But I also mod for her too. But I love her and hate her at the same time as her mod. But we have definitely killed her on accident before playing Phasmo. I think she always kind of makes the joke that we invite her to all the collabs that require like the horror genre where you play Phasmo or you know, what's the other game? What's it called? The one with the cult. I forgot what it's called. But we always invite her to those type of games, and she's like, "Why do you always invite me to these?" I said, "Cause I love you."
Wait, how do you kill someone in Phasmo?
Oh, you just lock them in with the ghost. Lock them in with the ghost. And then you just leave them there. Yeah,
I think Yuna actually did that once. Like she left Bun Mi.
Oh yeah. Or what you do to torture them is you think we're playing with another person. So 3 of us and then Bun. So everyone except for Bun died. So we just kind of, as a ghost, you can watch once you're dead. You can watch the survivor, and she's just screaming to herself, "Where am I? What am I doing?" Just wailing the whole time. It was
and then I think also Yuna was being annoying, and she was tossing things. So it looked like there was other like ghosts in the room. Yeah,
poltergeist like ghosts around, but it's like it's just me torturing my Oshi.
You must have had a lot of fun. Awesome.
Yes, I did. I loved it. And so, is it just a trend that you accidentally kill your Oshi? Asked Jay. Yes.
I think it's 3 for 3 in here, so we're gonna say
3
yes.
for 3. I'm gonna say that theory is correct. If any of you have ever collabed with your Oshi or been able to interact with them, have you accidentally killed them? I would like to know. But so far, like
chat is 444. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect. But yes, I think we'll see if this theory holds true. But 3 for 3 is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay, how about you read the next question? Because we're only on question 4.
I know we're slow. I'm sorry. We just keep getting derailed. We have too much fun talking.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah. I heard that you're a translator. Well, yes, we had established that previously. Yes. You're a translator. What languages do you translate into, or how many languages can you do?
Well, I translate into English, from Japanese mainly.
Ooh,
Some people tend to think that because I can do that, I can do it the other way from English to Japanese, but that's not necessarily true.
Oh.
Yeah, because the thing with translating is like you have to be really familiar with the language that you're translating into, but not necessarily the language that you're translating from. Because the language that you're translating from, you can use dictionaries, you can look things up, right? But the language that you're translating into, you're the one who's coming up with the words and the way to present ideas. So you can't look that stuff up.
Yes, so, that would be hard.
Yeah, so I can speak Japanese, but it's definitely not. I wouldn't call myself fluent, and I am very aware that, especially with Keigo, like the respectful talk.
Oh wow, that'd be hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there's also like
there's just a lot of like unspoken rules, right? Like that is hard to translate if you do not know the native way. You know.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Okay, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And then
I've also done a little interpretation.
I was about to ask about that. How is that?
It's very different. Because my experience with interpretation is when I was young. So my dad is a pastor, and we live in Hong Kong, so it's all Cantonese. But there were like these foreigners, these American couple who came to the church, and then so my dad had me translate for them during the sermon. So that So basically, I'm translating from Cantonese to English. Interpretation is a lot harder because it doesn't stop. Like my dad
Right.
keeps talking, right, and I have to sort of comprehend what he's saying and say it and keep on listening at the same time and retain that information in my brain while talking. So it's a lot more it requires a lot more RAM. I would say.
Oh yeah, a lot more RAM, a lot more brain power. Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people like when I see interpreters, they're hurriedly writing down everything, or they like to even have the questions beforehand, so that way they can kind of anticipate what to translate.
I mean, there are different ways that interpretation can take place. So one is like what I described, where the speaker just goes on and on and on, and you interpret at the same time. Another is where it's a more official position, where you stand, for example, you stand next to the speaker, and the speaker says his thing, he stops, then you translate, and then they resume, right? So that in that situation, it allows for us, for example, note taking and paraphrasing and things like that. So there's pros and cons.
Right.
Then there's live translation which is what I do in VTuber streams, where I type it out instead of speaking it. That's like sort of like an in-between. Because the fact that I don't have to speak means that I don't have to use brain power to move my mouth.
Right.
Which is good. Because how to say it? Instead, my fingers do the speaking, and my brain doesn't have to form like a coherent sentence before I speak it. So it's a bit faster. It sort of gets rid of this extra process, I feel like.
So
yeah.
This is skipping a couple of questions, but is this why you're trying to study steno?
That was
right?
Yeah, I was studying steno so that I could type even faster, but sadly it didn't take.
Oh no.
Because the thing with steno is you have to be able to think you have to think of language in terms of syllables, not letters.
Oh,
and
that's hard.
I couldn't make my brain do it. It didn't work out. Yeah.
Well, you gave it a good try.
You did.
It was interesting
Honestly,
watching your streams.
Yeah, because you had the machine, right? The special typing keyboard for that, and
yep.
I've seen stenographers, and man, they can go fast. But it is very. I think that's why a lot of people will go through the training to do it, and there's no way we could do it.
I heard that stenography school takes 2 years, and at the end, if you don't reach 225 words per minute, you fail.
No! Whoa!
That's really strict.
That's really fast.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well,
I
maybe you weren't, taking a course in it.
I reached like 80, and I was like, it took me half a year.
Oh
I don't think I'm gonna get it. So yeah.
It's like, it'd be faster to type by hand, just the normal way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think my typing is like around 100 something, but
yeah, mine is too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I know you had mentioned just the difference between typing, translating, and talking, and you're right. Definitely, I find myself being more fluent typing than talking, obviously, as you all can tell as I fumble my words. But yeah, definitely the brain power is less.
Yeah. So there's that.
So could you tell us like how you became a translator? Like, did you go to school for it?
Or you just picked it up because you thought, oh, it's cool?
I just picked it up, honestly. In fact, I skipped classes in college. Like, college was not a good time for me. But so I spent most of my time in the library. I skipped classes. I stayed in the library, and I was doing fan translation at the time. And I just did that. That was sort of my way to make myself feel I was being productive. But I started a little while before that because I was reading fan translations of web novels on the internet, and they had terrible grammar.
Right.
Some of them were machine translated.
Oh no.
And there was this particular series that I liked, and I was like, I think I can do better than this. And I tried it, and I was satisfied with my work in comparison to what was being published at the time. And so I just continued it, and I just kept on building things up from there. When I started, I was have to learn Japanese myself, because like what I did was whenever I came across a term that I did not know, I put it on a list. And other grammar points that I wasn't familiar with, I also put it on a list, and that became my study list.
Oh, that's very smart.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I was curious, how do you, if you come across a kanji that you do not know, like I wouldn't know. It's like, okay, what is the hiragana spelling for that? It's like, oh, how do I look that up? Because you just have the kanji, you're like, how do you find out what the word means if that's all you have?
Can you copy and paste it? It's in digital form.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, there's
a
few sites that can spit it out for Romaji or hiragana for you.
Yeah, I guess my brain forgets that the internet exists.
Yeah, that's a new concept here in
I know. I don't know why I am. My brain hurt. But I think just maybe I'm thinking back to. I think the reason why. Yeah, I think the reason why I'm thinking that. Well, not even pre-internet. It's just like back when we played, I think, Tales of... Oh, shoot. Which one was it?
Zillia?
We played it completely in Japanese.
Zillia? Yeah.
Yeah, Zillia 2. And I'm just like, oh god. I know some of this, but I don't. So I'm just like guessing the whole time. And I had such a bad phone that the internet was so bad where I was playing.
I don't think Google Translate existed back then, or like, where you can take a picture and it'll spit out the translation.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it did, but I just don't think we had good internet because we were kind of in a secluded location. So it was like, I brought this game to play. Let me try it. It probably wasn't the best idea to bring a game I didn't completely understand. We beat it. We got through it. But
we got the good ending by sheer coincidence.
We got the good ending. But I was just like, oh, I got the gist of the story. But man, that was hard.
You had to work for it. So.
Yeah, we did. So kind of in the
sweeter.
Yeah. So kind of the same vein where it's like, oh, I could do better. I think everyone has kind of dabbled a bit in fan translation, or a lot of people have.
Yeah. So another thing is because I'm from Hong Kong, so I sort of know Chinese a little bit, so I have a general feel for how kanji should be written. Like
that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that does help, doesn't it?
Yeah. So if I can't copy and paste, then I can at least go to websites that recognize handwriting, and so I just write it, and it should usually generate the word that I can then copy and paste.
Oh, that's really nice. That's a good advantage for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a bit of a cheat thing that most Hong Kong Chinese people, basically people who know Chinese, they have a leg up when it comes to learning Japanese.
I would say so.
It's a pro and a con though, because like we can understand the Japanese kanji without knowing how to pronounce it, say. But then we sort of get complacent, and we're like, I know that word. So we don't actually look up how to pronounce it, for example.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. But it's kind of good when you're learning, though. You have the gist, kind of. Okay. Yeah. I think it's very similar. Yes.
But sometimes the meaning is a bit different, though, and so that's a trap. You don't know it if you don't look it up.
Oh, well, you do have a point. There's always, those, even in English, those tricky words. You're just like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
If I was learning English as my second language, I would hate it.
Oh my god. English is a terrible language.
It's a terrible language. It's horrible. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Steals words from like everybody else and just like, oh, it's English.
Yeah, this is our language now. We stole everything.
And then they pronounce stuff terribly.
Yeah. So I'm always amazed at people who can speak more than one language. Is actually just quite amazing.
So, would you say that translation is something that you've always wanted to do, or when you started to do fan translations, that's when you're like, okay, I want to do this for a living?
Well, I would say no, it's not something that I've always wanted to do. It's more like I was doing it as a hobby, and then I thought I did well enough at it, and then so I wanted to try, see if I could do it like professionally. And I took the exam, the publisher that the publisher gave me, and I passed. And then so after that, I was like, you know what? Let's when I started, I did as a side job. I had a proper full day job, and it was a bit further down the road where I was like, I can pick up another series. So that's enough for me to live by, so I can do this full time. So that's how it came to be.
That's really interesting.
I mean, I think being able to professionally translate for a living, not many people are able to do that. You know, so it kind of shows how good you are as a translator in your skills.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially because I only took like 2 years of Japanese, and I probably only know like one sentence.
I
only remember like one.
I
sentence.
only took 1 year as well. My night studies took up way too many of my credit hours.
Yes. Our studies were prioritized differently, unfortunately, but. That goes to show you that you don't necessarily need to go, for a proper schooling, quote, at a college in order to be successful.
Yeah.
Because Taishi did it.
Just need perseverance, yeah.
Perseverance and hard work.
I mean, as people say, most people don't. Their job isn't what they studied in college.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're like specialized, going to a specialty field that requires, a certification.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Some sort.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just be a doctor because you want to be.
No, yeah, you need that medical degree.
You need that special medical degree to be a doctor. I don't know if anyone would trust me to just cut them open.
I would.
Would you guys trust me?
No.
Wouldn't.
No.
I mean, we might not, but your chat should, right? The Guildmates should, right?
Oh my
You
God.
guys should trust me. Yes.
Guildmates say no. Say no. I'm not responsible for any of your liabilities or death. Oh,
I won't kill them. We'll find a healer. We'll resurrect them. It'll be fine.
As what? Like necromancers or? I'm a little worried.
Phoenix down, maybe.
Yeah, Phoenix down. We got plenty of Phoenix downs. It'll be fine.
There you go. Yeah.
So, because you said you got picked up by a publisher, right? Can you tell us like what series you've worked on and which one is your favorite?
So far I've worked on 4 series.
Oh.
There's one called Businessman in Another World. There's Secret Organization, Black Summoner, and then Hell Mode.
I've heard the last 2 for sure.
So Black Summoner and Hell Mode, is what I've been working on most recently. I did have to sort of stop because I kind of burned out, but both of them are really. I had a lot of fun with a lot of them. My favorite is probably Secret Organization and Hell Mode. Hell Mode I really love because it really brings me back to that Ragnarok Online times.
Oh, Ragnarok! Did you play the game?
I played so long. Like level 98, getting to level 99, I was playing a priest. So I was in that graveyard place. Every time I died, like my percentage kept dropping.
No,
and I would I'd get it back up and it would drop, and I'd get it back up and it would drop. I never really reached level 99.
Oh no, that's so sad. Oh no, Taishi, you had to get your revenge.
Did you guys play?
No. Yes, we did.
I think we did. We didn't play on official servers.
I know. I think it was hard to play on the official servers back then when we played because they didn't. I don't think they localized it to English really, officially. So we had to. go on some servers. And to be honest, we were lazy. We were lazy young ones, and we played on the boosted servers that would boost you like 10 times the XP. So we didn't grind like a hard worker. We were lazy people. But I loved running around on my the Peko Pekos. What is
Yeah,
that
the Peko
called?
Pekos.
Peko Pekos. I almost said Chocobos, but that was the wrong series. The Peko Pekos, like stabbing the porings really fast. So because once you get really high, you can attack really fast. Like you stand there and go, "Boo," and they're dead.
Yeah, no, that was fun time. So Helmo very much brings me back. The way that the systems work in that game, in that book, very similar to Ragnarok. So that's why I love it.
Oh, I have to give it a read. I haven't read that one.
Yeah, I have not read that one. I'll have to check it out.
So Secret Organization I love because it's sort of a spin on things. The full name is like there is no secret organization in the world, so I will make one myself.
Oh, that's a super long title.
Light novels always have the longest titles. The main premise is that the main character just wakes up one day out of the blue and he has telekinesis.
Wow.
And he sort of this is in the prologue, so like he sort of trains it day by day, making it a little bit stronger at a time. But he starts off like with it really weak. He can barely move crumbs of chips, but the more he trains it, the stronger it gets. When he starts, he's normal. He has a normal job, which really crushes him. And then this one day, he's like, you know what? And every day he's been waiting for people to contact him because he awakened to a superpower, right? But no one contacts him, so he was like, you know what? Screw this, I'll make it myself. And he discovers how to give other people superpowers too. So he gives it to these like high school students, and he makes up enemies for them to fight. And he sort of basically gives, in a normal superpower work, the main characters would be the high school students, basically.
Right.
Because they're like out of the blue. This random organization comes to them and like, you have superpowers. They're enemies of the world. You must fight them and protect our world, right? Usually they're the main characters, but this series comes from the point of view of someone else above that who's actually just making everything happen just for his own amusement.
That's really interesting. You're right.
It's a bit of a spin to it. So, and the fact that everything is actually fake, but like they have to keep, the main character has to keep ramping up the stakes to make it seem like things are actually happening. So I like that.
Oh, that's cool. I love. I know it looks like a lot of your works are done by J Novel Club, which I do like a lot of their work, like the isekai like type things. I'm a for isekai.
Another thing with Secret Organization is they only published 2 volumes in Japan, but there's actually up to 8 volumes in web novel content. And I have gotten permission from the author to continue translating the rest as a fan translation. So that you can read that entirely for free on my website. I mean, I haven't been very up to date with publishing the stuff lately, but it's entirely free from volume 3 onwards. So I also recommend it as Japanese learning material.
Can you drop your website in our chat?
Here, I'll drop it. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. While you were talking, I was like dropping all your translations, and I was like, "Hey, check it out!"
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's so cool that you actually got permission from the original author. To be able to do that, because it's not something that everyone is able to do.
It's quite rare, I do believe. Yeah.
Yeah, and that must
that's super amazing.
They at least appreciate your work. They improve it, so that's great to have kind of that achievement.
Yeah, and it's just so cool the author themselves are like, yeah, I'll give you the star of approval.
Yeah. And like I like to recommend it as a source of a study material basically for if you're learning Japanese, because it's not often where you have both the source material and the translated material. Both is entirely free and accessible, right? So there's that.
yeah, you do have that point.
And then you can check like, oh, am I on the right track by checking Taishi's translations too to see,
Right.
like, oh, it's close to his, so means I'm on the right track.
Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. Oh no.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? My train of thought just crashed. Oh yes. Oh, I also did some work for Gen L with Tubo's only illustration work. I illustrated their April Fool's novel.
Oh, the Truck-kun.
Truck-kun!
Like, I got hit by a truck and I didn't get isekai to another world.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah,
No.
so I guess, yeah, that's the quest that we were kind of like, we work for the same mercenary company in that way? At least once.
Right.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was kind of funny. Yeah.
I love that April Fool's joke. Yeah.
Yes,
And
I thought that
the
was great.
stereotypical, very long light novel name. That's ridiculous, you
And
know?
then, like, the chapter, they have really wacky chapter part names, too. That's really fun.
Yeah. I like things that sort of subvert the usual things. But yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of isekai, like, you know, I got transported to another world and I'm super overpowered. There's a lot of that going around. So it's really nice, like, to see, like you said, different titles that kind of take a look at it from another angle. Because I remember back in the day, like, isekai wasn't a thing, really. And now all of a sudden, it's like everything is isekai.
Is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. My guilty pleasure is isekai.
I mean, you don't even have to be guilty about it anymore. It's so
I know,
basic.
it's like, it's normal.
Yeah,
It's normal.
yeah, I guess everyone, that's all you hear about nowadays, so.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I love it too, honestly. I mean, there's not a lot of like new ones, ones with new ideas, but it's just, it's comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
a comfort genre
Yeah.
for people because they can easily put themselves in that protagonist's shoes and be like, I'm super overpowered. I get the harem of girls.
I think just being able to explore new worlds and how they built it is the draw for me. So, for example, one of my favorite isekai series is Bookworm. I've mentioned Bookworm.
A Sense of Bookworm?
A
That
Sense
is
of
my
Bookworm.
favorite series
Is
ever.
it? Oh,
Yes.
let's go, Taishi. We can have a Bookworm discussion.
Yes.
Yes, it is. You know, it's not the stereotypical, I'm an overpowered, you know, let's fight and explode and do things. It's more of a, let's explore the society and the inner workings of nobility and be able to, achieve this person's dreams of.
I also like
having
how the protagonist got like reincarnated into this really weak body. Really weak.
Yes. We won't give away too much about it, so you all can read it yourselves. Maybe we can get permission from J Novel to like do a dramatic reading of the first preview chapter. Or something.
I'll let you be mine. I'll be like some
The mother.
man. Yeah, I'll be the mom.
Yeah, you'll be the mother.
No, Tuli. You can be Tuli.
Yeah, you can be Tuli. Tuli, I love Tuli.
Mine,
felt
don't
so
go
bad for
that
her.
way. You're sick.
Yeah. Perfect. You have it down. Yeah, maybe we
Perfect.
should. Maybe we can get permission from J Novel to do that.
And Taishi can be mine's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be what's his butt?
What's his name? L. It started with L.
Lutz.
Lutz. Yeah. There
Yes,
we go.
you can be Lutz.
That'd be fun.
Yes. Yeah, we
no-
should do that sometime. In D&D. We'll do a lot. We'll play on.
Oh yeah, speaking of
That's-
which, so before this stream, Yuna was asked. Okay, everyone knows that Yuna has caught the DM tabletop bug.
I'm
So
sorry.
Yuna was asking Taishi if he wanted to be in a D&D campaign or a one-shot. And obviously, Taishi said yes. So now we're planning.
Now we're planning. So
I've always wanted to be part of one.
Yeah.
yeah, I just kind of before Taishi, like one of the first things, like Taishi, do you want to learn Dungeons and Dragons? I just assaulted him with that. So sorry, Taishi.
No, it's my honor. I mean, I've always wanted to be one. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's hard to find DMs, so you know.
It's okay. You're lucky that you have Yuna who's willing to be the DM.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. As long as you can find people to play with you, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask some of your friends.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck with like me as a party member.
You'll be stuck with Yuki, and you know.
I'd like to play bears, so
she likes to play bears, so
Bears
might not be the...
bears.
Yeah, you can, because in D&D you can be anything. You can be anything you want. So
I have I'm gonna have a running joke where I play like a different bear each campaign. So I'm gonna be a polar bear, I'm gonna be a panda bear.
You'll be a sun bear.
Yeah, a sun bear. There's a grizzly bear in last
sun
one.
Bear?
A sun bear is a small black
it's
bear with like cream-colored sun marking. Like it's like a crescent marking.
Oh, I see.
They're kind of skinny looking. They're like not like the thick boys, you know.
No. They're no polar bear. They're very small.
I see.
So yeah, and yeah, I think they'll be fun.
I love how you like totally derailed it with D&D.
But I mean,
we went for talking about our favorite light novels.
Fair.
So I guess that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm sorry. I love Bookworm. We'll have to talk more. J Novel Club. Let's do a dramatic reading of Bookworm on the guy. Thank you.
Please.
You might be able to do the first part if you like email them and ask permission.
Yeah, if it's just the preview, I think it's fine because that's publicly available.
Yes.
We won't do anything past the paywall.
So speaking of like translating for a company, can you describe the process of translating a manga? From you being assigned the title to publication for our audience or like a light novel? Like, what's the usual workflow for you? Without breaking NDA.
Manga and light novel is a bit different. Manga, we get it as image files. It's a zipped folder. So I apparently do some steps which other people don't do. I take a few. I go a little bit further, but first I combine the 2-page spreads. I do it in Paint because I don't.
I mean that's fine.
Yeah. And then I compile everything into a PDF. That way I get I can say like on what page and what stuff is
that's smart.
Yeah. Then I go to the PDF and I number each element that needs to be translated. So like this bubble, this aside, this SFX, I number everything, each and every page. Then I have a Google Doc template, which is like a table. And it has columns of page, panel, speaker, translation, and notes. So the page panel column is where I put in the numbers that I previously put on the PDF. The speaker is to make it clear to whoever's gonna later who is speaking. And the translation is actual translation, and then notes is just in case there's something that I want people to know. For example, I want the letterer to know, please italicize this specific word. Or please bold this word.
That makes sense. So you're giving instructions.
Exactly. So I then I do a translation. I submit it to an editor. I get it back from the editor with like edits or suggestions for edits. I approve or I discuss the changes, and then the editor submits it and it goes live. And when the entire volume is done, then there's QC.
So quality check.
Yes. Quality check.
That's so interesting. And you said that you had to translate the sound effects too.
Oh my god, don't get me started.
yeah. So
I love how Yuki brings that up.
Yeah. I brought up the most painful part. Because the reason why I said that is I noticed that a lot of manga have so many sound effects. I feel for you, friendo. I really do.
Yeah.
That's gotta be hard. Yes.
I hate the sound effects. There has been multiple instances where I just sat there with my arms crossed and just go like, for like 30 minutes on just
no.
one sound effect.
No.
No. So now that you've outlined like how manga is done, would you say that manga or light novels is easier or harder to do?
I would say light novels is easier, but light novels is longer. Like it takes much longer because it's a lot of text.
True.
So another I wouldn't say problem, but thing you have to think about with manga is sentences get broken up because they speak half of the sentence in this panel, and then next panel they say half the rest of the sentence, right? Sometimes it gets broken up into 3 or 4 even.
Oh no.
And grammar in Japanese and grammar in English is different.
Oh, so it must be a challenge to split it up into panels, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because like in Japanese, like in this Japanese sentence, if you split it up in this certain amount of way, it works. And sometimes they put the emphasis at the very end. So they end with like a big panel with like a big illustration. And it's like dong, right? Like boom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But in English, we tend to have the subject in the start of the sentence.
Oh, you're right.
So you have to do a little bit of finessing to make it so that the last cut is still impactful.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
And that's where like editor-san probably helps you a lot, like, trying to make sure that it still conveys the meaning, but also it doesn't completely ruin the positioning of everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that is hard. I didn't even think about that part.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
So what other interesting, I guess, things about translating do you think that people might not know? Besides, like, you have to split up the panels.
Well, for the light novel translation, so sometimes we have to add descriptors to dialogue, because Japanese, they can just when dialogue happens between many different characters, you can differentiate who's speaking just by the ending or the way that the inflection that they add to it. For example, like there's desu, right? And then there's desu wa, or there is you can add weird things to it, like nya. if it's like a cat person, they can add nya. And also with the pronouns, there's watashi, there's boku, there's ore, and there are all these different things that readers can read and tell who's speaking, but we don't have any of them in English, right?
Oh yeah, because
so
we just
I
have
is just I.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
So
that's a
hard.
good example.
That's
Dude,
so
that's
hard.
That's hard. That's hard.
So instead, when translating, we add descriptors to it. For example, we're like blah blah blah, Yuna said, for example. But you can't just say said, right? Because that gets repetitive. So maybe the next one would be Yuki shouted or something. Sometimes you don't add the verb. Sometimes you say like something. Yuna gave Yuki an exasperated look, and then you continue the rest of the dialogue. So you also you have to get creative with that. And that's the thing that happens. Sometimes the dialogue happens like there's like 8 or 10 lines of it, and so I have to keep,
I bet that's really hard.
racking my brains. Yeah.
And that kind of ties back to how you said, you really got to have a good grasp of the language that you're translating into.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
To be able to come up with the different words and different expressions that may be difficult for someone who's I wouldn't say not native, but not very high level proficiency with speaking.
Exactly. Yeah.
I never thought of that. So our next question does tie a little bit into translation, and I guess it's a little spicy one, I suppose. With all the new technologies such as AI and whatnot, has the process and art of translation gotten easier or worse for you?
Well, the thing is, because I do creative translating, which is like translating of like stories,
Right.
I actually have not come into much contact with AI and technology.
Ooh.
Is literally just me with the book and a Google Doc and a dictionary. So it has not affected me all that much. I have heard of horror stories where there have been companies that sort of machine translate something and hire a translator to quote unquote clean it up. And in the end, the translator basically has to translate everything from scratch anyways. And then the employer gets mad at them because they're like, this is not what it looked like originally.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I have heard horror stories. Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you haven't
I've
run into that personally.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat where it's like you said, it would be more work to use an AI machine translation, like, you know, just rely on Google Translate to completely translate a work of art, or writing rather. And yeah, you're right, because the employers thought, oh, you know, we can make it easy, cost less, but it just ends up being more work and you have to pay more.
Yeah, it's terrible. No, they pay less because they pay their translators less because they think like, oh, you're just fixing
You're just translating what's already been translated badly. You know.
Google Translate, like Twitter has Google Translate, right?
Right. And
sometimes it
Yeah,
gets
it's pretty
things
terrible.
really, really wrong.
You're like, oh no, that is not what's on there.
I think
Yeah.
I think also like the advantage of having a human translator is like you can tell the author's nuances, whereas a machine
exactly.
can't. So it's technically easier for you to translate, or it's gonna be more closer to the author's actual intentions versus a machine translation.
Exactly. Like for example, the thing that I talked about before, like adding descriptors, that's actually adding something into the text so that it flows better, and also so that you can add nuance to the text, right? But like a machine would not be able to do that because they can't add stuff to it. They only translate what is already there.
Yeah,
That's very true.
So there's that.
Good point. Yes.
And I see in chat someone says Google Translate and DeepL are notoriously bad at doing Japanese English. That's very true because a lot of Japanese sentences, they don't have the subject. They can go without the subject and the reader would understand what they're talking about. But a machine needs a subject. And when there is no subject, assign a subject randomly.
Oh, okay. That can introduce errors.
That could be very, very bad. Yeah.
That could be bad.
Oh,
because when you pop it into a generator, you may, or a translator, a machine translation, you might only be popping in like part of, you know, something. There's no context, right?
Exactly. Like one recent example is Keisan made a tweet about the V Shoujo thing, and she was talking about how the other girls were quitting, but because she didn't put a subject in her tweet, the auto translation made her say like, "I'm quitting."
No,
no, that's horrible.
No, that's a bad one.
Oh,
that's a bad translation.
That sucks. And I bet that caused a bit of a stir for those who didn't understand Japanese and had to rely on the machine translate.
Yeah, so the fan Discord head immediately contacted me and told me to put in a proper translation.
Oh,
yeah, like, Taishi, please.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm glad that you were there to correct that. That's horrible.
I'm sure that's still like a good thing that you're able to do that and kind of help, you know, lessen some worries that people had.
But yeah. Sometimes it gets it very wrong. And sometimes because of Google Translate, words sort of make it becomes a standard. An example I have of this is the word haishin, which means to stream. But the word haishin in Japanese could also mean that you're delivering something or that you're giving something to a lot of different people.
Oh.
And for a while, the official Google Translate word was delivery, and that's what it was doing it all over Twitter. So now a lot of Japanese VTubers think that the word streaming is delivery, so they literally say it unironically. There will be a delivery.
And there will be a delivery on YouTube.
On YouTube tonight.
Okay, I think I have seen that a couple times. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. But yes, I have seen that, that terminology used.
That's where it came from, and it's now entered general lexicon, you can say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting what kind of, what words kind of come into slang almost, and the public picks up on it and uses it. You're like, oh, that's not what it originally was meant for.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You sound so sad when you're saying that.
Yeah, it hurts my heart a little bit.
Oh, it's like, I know, but they don't. But it's so widespreadly used. It's so widespread now because there's just a lot of VTubers in general compared to years ago.
Yeah.
That it's hard to correct too.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. Oh, that's hard. And I know you had mentioned previously, that you had gotten specific permission from the creator of Helmut, right?
Secret organization.
Secret organization.
Secret organization. Yes, I knew one of them. To translate their web novel. Has there been many instances where you're able to kind of contact the creator or have the creator has input on anything?
So they don't normally have input, no. But there have been times when we've contacted the creator to clarify something.
Oh, that's good.
So there is one example is in Black Summoner. The name of the starting town was Pas in Japanese, and on the manga they wrote it out as P-A-R-S-E. And
Parse.
which has a different meaning in English.
Right.
And so before picking up the manga, we were already working on the light novel, and at the time we decided to make it P-A-R-T-H because that sounds more like a place name. It's like Australia's Perth, right? And so when we got the manga, we're like, oh, oops. So then we had to the fact that it's already in the manga makes it seem a bit more official. So we contacted the author to say, like, when we translate the manga, can we translate a different way, and we will just update the art, and we got permission for that.
Oh, that's good.
So there's that. Another example is in Hell Mode, where the character walks into a temple with a lot of different statues of different gods, right? And the text does mention this is like statue of deity of war, of harvest, of whatever. But there was no gender for most of the mentions. So I had to contact author to ask for clarifications. Because in English, you need gender because it's either the god of war or the goddess of war.
Oh,
right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
That's really
That makes
interesting.
Sometimes we change things without telling them. For example, in Black Summoner, there are a lot of move names like super attacks and stuff like that. And a lot of light novels, the authors like to make the names in kanji, but then they add like a sort of English reading to the name. But the English is like weird grammar, or it doesn't have the impact that they think it has. Because in Japanese, as long as it's English, it sounds cool. But for someone who speaks English, you read it and you're like, that's not exactly what that means, right?
Yeah, it's cool, but yeah.
So those we just change it without asking, because we can't ask for everything. There'll be too much.
Right, yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And being able to at least get input a little bit or ask permission kind of respects the work of the author, in a way.
Yeah.
But we understand not everything. Like, can we change this English thing because it doesn't make sense? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You don't want to be the person who tells the author, like, you made a mistake with your English.
True.
Yeah. You don't want to say that.
Mad.
Good way to piss them off. Like, oh, great, sorry.
Never working with you
we
again.
just changed it. You intended it this whole time. Yes.
We made you look better.
Yeah. Your English grasp is very good.
Yeah.
So I know that you worked on Black Summoner, right? So were you excited for the anime adaptation of it?
Oh, I was. I even did a watch along of the anime when it was coming out. I love this. So I actually think they did a pretty good job with it. So I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, I have yet to. Is it airing now?
No,
Yeah,
it
No,
finished.
or is it
it's
done?
finished.
It's finished. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, I have.
It was-
I'm
it-
like 2 seasons behind.
I would say it's pretty
on
recent.
everything.
You can find it in Crunchyroll.
Yee.
We have
I will
Crunchyroll,
check it
so
out
you can
then.
check it out.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I'll make use of that. We'll
Just-
watch it on Crunchyroll.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I'm like 2 seasons behind on all anime because I just don't have time.
Time. I know.
Yeah, time is hard. It is so hard to find time nowadays.
Yeah.
So, like, when you were watching Black Summer, did you like feel a sense of pride? Like, yeah, I translate the light novel to this,
I did a bit. Yeah.
and I bet it was like, oh, I recognize this scene and this scene.
Mm.
I just loved seeing the characters actually move on screen, right?
Yeah, that's true.
right.
Yeah. I translate their lines now to actually saying it. They're moving. There's the
Yeah.
fighting
Oh
going on.
yeah. So like
That's
the
so
big
cool.
major points that you like, the big plot points or the
Mhm.
iconic scenes. You're like, I translated that.
Yeah.
I would be so hype.
But then there are points where they change stuff, so I was like,
Oh,
did
yeah.
it work? Did it not work? I don't know.
Yeah, because I think the subbing team is different from the light novel translation team, right? So,
Mm-mm. Well, yeah, even
yes. I mean,
yeah.
there's that, but also like just the anime itself, like it changed
Yeah.
a few things.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
At that point, you don't have control over any of that. That's just the
Yeah.
decision of the animator, the animation studio, or the
Exactly,
director.
exactly.
That's
But it's
so
still
cool,
kind of
though.
cool though.
Yeah, they
Then
can
you can
say
be like, hey, if you like Black Summoner, you can read the light novels.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I would like totally shield that thing out and like, oh, by the way, yours truly translated that.
Yeah.
It's so
I
deep.
translate
no
both
shame.
the light novel and the manga, so there's
Oh, yeah,
both
that's right.
Oh,
is- is
yeah.
JNC. Yeah.
So, would you say for fans of Black Summer, should they check out the light novel or should they check out the manga?
That was both. Come on.
Obviously both.
Obviously both.
Yeah.
I feel like
the manga always. Yeah, it's usually a thing with manga and light novels, right? The manga has like flashy art. It's very, very beautiful art, but they
Mhm.
always have to summarize things or paraphrase or move things around a bit with the plot to suit the format and suit the length of the chapters and stuff like that. And you always get more details in the light novel. That's always how it is.
Mm-mm.
So
yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to add that to my to read list because I do
Mhm.
like me a good isekai.
Yeah. I will look it up. I'll add it to my list as well.
So,
Black Summer is like an orthodox isekai,
mhm.
and it does it really well. And also, what I like about it is it has a proper end.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Okay, that's good.
The main
Does-
series has ended at volume 15, I think.
Oh,
There's
okay.
like an after story series that started, but doesn't change the fact that the main one has an actual proper end to it. So
Oh, that's good.
something I really appreciate about that.
Oh,
Okay.
Zen Nerd says, I had the light novel. I'll try to read the manga soon. Yay!
Hey,
Thank you.
have,
Do read.
you have a
Yay.
fan. Is it good,
Thank
Zen Nerd?
And then,
I'm sure.
yeah, do you have a favorite character from, like, all of the stuff that you translated?
Or that you, translate.
Not really one favorite character. I just, in general, I like characters that do the tsukomi thing, the straight man role.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just being stupid, and the main character is just going like, what the hell is going on? I like
Right.
that kind of main character, and that's mainly in all the works I've done. That's usually the main character.
It usually
So,
is, right?
Yeah.
Because they have the most sense. Because they, if
Oh
it's
no,
isekai,
I've seen
it's like,
some.
okay, I
I've
have
seen some dumb pro tags before. So.
Oh, there are
Oh,
some
of
dumb
course.
pro tags. Yes.
There's some series
forget-
where the pro tag is the only one that's unaware of everything that's going on, right? There's that.
Mm. Yes.
Reminds me
I
of
know-
Eminence of Shadow, which is an anime that
Oh.
finished airing, I think. Have you guys
Yeah, I
watched
think-
it?
I have watched it.
I have not.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would
He's so
know.
weird. He's so weird. And I
love
think
it.
his whole shtick is like I want to be the background character in my daily
Mhm.
life, but in the real in reality, I am badass.
Yeah.
So he does everything in his power to act like a background character.
Yeah. But like he uses like supernatural moves to make himself look like a normal person. So
it's kind of it's cool. I like it.
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, if I was friends with him, I'd probably be annoyed with him because
Oh my
he's just that
God.
way. It's like, oh, let me just be flashy and try to be a background character.
Like that's
Still,
not
like,
how it
super
works.
chuny, you know, chunibyo, you know, like
Yep.
super chuny, and I'm like, oh god, I can't stand you.
I love Chuni though.
Yeah,
Oh,
love
you
Chuny?
Oh my god, I love Chuni. Embrace it. Come on. VTubers are
Use-
just generally
use
I
like
mean,
Chuni in a
technically we
way,
are
right?
chuny. Oh,
We are
man.
technically Chuny, yeah. We're heroes.
I do not like myself. I think someone had
Yeah.
made an interesting comparison for VTubers, like kind of like wrestlers, you know, from WWE, where they had this persona and they kind of act out. So yeah, I guess we are chunis, yeah.
Yeah, and then to keep kayfabe and everything.
Yeah.
And the thing also with Eminence of Shadow is I was actually doing the fan translation for it
Mhm.
before,
Oh, who are you?
it got picked up. and I had picked it up early on when it was only like chapter 10 as a web
Whoa.
novel, so like pretty much
Oh,
near
wow.
the start.
Mm-hmm.
And I see someone in chat saying I'm atomic. That is what they changed it to. It got changed. Originally,
Oh.
it was I am Tepoldong, which is a North Korean ballistic missile.
Oh
I actually
no!
liked
no,
it.
No!
are you legit?
No!
I actually like it better because of the specificity, right? It's
Right,
so
right.
specific. Of all the things it could be, it's that one. But then he
Oh my
probably
God.
changed it because
That's
you know,
so
to-
funny
Right,
because it's
right,
so
right.
specific that no one else
Yeah.
would know. That's so
Yeah.
funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but now it's atomic, so it's more just general, and
More
I mean it's still
general.
fun, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I wish kind of part of me wishes they would have kept that.
Yeah.
Now that I know, it's like, oh, okay. Why is he referring to that? And then you look it up, like, what the heck, dude? So specific.
Exactly.
But it would
Yeah.
match his personality because he's so weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
I'm
man,
glad we have a
that's
fan
cool
in
though.
chat.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you were to recommend any manga or book series to our readers, what would it be?
Well, obviously, the stuff that I worked on I love, so I would recommend it. I recommend Secret Organization to learn Japanese, as I said before. My favorite series ever is Ascendance of a Bookworm, just for the world building.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got so excited.
It's like the only series ever that totally just blew me away. It'll always remain with me. The world
I'm not
building
gonna
is
lie.
absolutely beautiful.
Like Yuda is
And-
always like, Yuki, buy me the latest book on Amazon because the Amazon account sends you my name.
Yeah. I'm like, Yuki, please, the new volume's out. I need it. So we have like in one of our rooms we have a bookshelf just full of light novels, and one of
Beautiful.
them is Ascendance of a
Bookworm. It's all Bookworm because Yuda keeps buying
It's all
Bookworm.
Bookworm. It's a good series
And,
though. Everyone should check it out.
And one last one is Kuma 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 Bear.
Oh, I
I
heard that one.
recommend it to people who are learning Japanese.
Oh,
Because-
really?
A light novel uses very, very simple, very, very easy to understand Japanese. So that's always the one that I recommend. If you want to practice your reading. And it's
Is-
available on shousetsu.com, the web novel version. So that's free.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe I should do some Japanese practice with that. I feel like it was also an anime at some point.
It was. The anime was. Alright.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, that title sounds very familiar, you know?
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
those are some good recommendations. I like
Yeah, thank you so much for those recommendations. You've
Mhm.
also done live translations for Vshoujo's Nazuna, right? And other VTubers.
Mhm.
So what caught your interest with translating for VTubers?
So it's the same with how I started translation in general. Just I thought, hey, maybe I could do this. Let me give it a try. And I tried it, and I was like, hey, it works. The first thing that I translated for was Kiru Koko's Reddit review.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That.
That's
Yeah,
how
that's all we
everything
need to say
started
is
for me.
that. Yes, everyone knows.
Yeah, when I started, like, as of all things. When you start, you don't really know what you're doing, right? So at the time, I didn't know that YouTube doesn't show all lines in chat. So sometimes when you chat something, it can just not appear. And sometimes when you type too fast, when you send 2-minute messages at the same time, YouTube chat bans you, or it shadow bans you, so no one can see any of your lines. I had no idea at the time, so I was literally just translating to myself for a few times.
Right. Oh,
but
and chat can move kind of fast too. So
yeah, there's that. And then so that was where I discovered LiveTL, this Chrome extension that picks up translation lines and displays them in a separate window. So there's nothing gets disappeared, nothing gets taken away. So yeah, and that's how I got sort of involved in the whole live translating for VTubers industry.
Would you say like live translating for VTubers is similar to interpretation?
Like
it is similar.
Normal live translation, yeah.
Yes, it is similar. Just that you don't have to speak it.
Oh, that's
at least.
You can at least type it.
With live translation, though, some people don't do this, but I make sure to keep my capitalization and my punctuations, just because I do light novel translations and stuff. So I'm a stickler for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, right.
Some people who do live translations, they don't. So it's just all small caps. That annoys me a little bit.
Right, yeah. Because, I mean, it might be faster, maybe, for them, and that's maybe why they don't do it.
It is.
But at the same time, I'm a grammar stickler, too, I guess. So, for how badly I type, don't look at it. Do as I say, not as I do. Like, you know, I do appreciate the punctuations and the capital letters. And so. Yeah.
That also sort of reminds of clip videos. Like they have some clip videos, they don't do punctuation either, and they have no excuse. They are not.
That's true. They're not doing it live. How dare you?
They're not doing it live.
Exactly. Some of them don't do capitalization. Some of them do capitalization, but no punctuation. And I'm like, why? Why?
I think, thankfully, for the most part, I think most clippers I've seen. Maybe I only see like certain.
I think you only see the good ones.
I only see the good ones. But they usually do keep with the proper grammar, so that is good. But yeah,
that's good.
That's how you discover VTubers, is thanks to translators like you. You know that we're able to discover all these different VTubers outside of our native language. You know.
Yeah, so we really have you to thank.
Yes, we have translators and clippers to really thank for that. Because there's no way I would have discovered Hololive or, you know, our favorite dragon without those translated clips. No way.
So have you tried translating clips before?
I have. Like I've done like a 2 or 3.
But you prefer live translating, right?
I do. Well, partly it's because I don't have to take responsibility for translating. Because
that's true. You'd be like, it's live. Okay, I make mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, after I do a session of live translating, I do go back to the script and fix the at least glaring grammatical errors and parts where I feel like the wording is a bit stiff or it's not quite right. I do go back and fix it. But generally, live translation is a lot more casual. So there's
that is good.
They're a little more forgiving for live translators. And also, too, with clipping... with clipping, you know, you have to download the video. You have to edit the video. You have to time the subtitles. So you have to time it. Sometimes you have to add different things to make it, you know, a little more appealing. And as someone who's edited clips before, it's a pain. Pain in the butt.
Exactly.
Where it's easier to just kind of live translate, and it's just like, oh, you just have words on there. Instead, yeah,
exactly.
It's done. Right there.
Because I don't know video editing at all. I have almost zero experience with it. So when I'm doing clips, I have to work with a team. So it has to be someone else who's eventually going to put the words on the screen and decide the font, the size of the font, the color, if they're going to add editing things to it. I don't know any of that, so that's why I've never been able to really get into clipping.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And plus, if you have multiple people, like for example, Yuki and I, oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, even sometimes when I go back and look at our clips, and I'm like subtitling it because it's we have very similar voices.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. We're not related or anything.
We're not
Just
twins.
saying, we're not twins, but like,
Despite the channel name.
I know.
right? You know, you'd be surprised how many times you get that question. It's like, are you guys really twins? I'm like, nah, we're just making it up for the Lord. But no, yes, we are twins.
Yeah, we're actually identical.
We just have very similar voices. I don't know. But yeah, so it gets hard for even me to kind of be able to differentiate sometimes who's speaking, and then I had to color code it. You know, otherwise,
I'm sorry.
you're like, okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm so sorry. I also tend to speak like on top of Yuna, so it makes it like 1,000 times harder.
Oh my gosh! So I can imagine clippers have well, thankfully most people are not speaking with their twins, so it is a little easier. But you know, the concept of having some people do color code their subtitles, and that can be a lot of hard work, especially like you said, if they're talking on top of each other, you have to add another line, things like that. But yeah, that can be difficult, and I think that's where maybe the appeal of live translation is just like easier. It's like, okay, I'm gonna focus on this person, I'll just quickly type it.
Exactly.
I do have a question though. Sorry. For the live translations, if there's a collab going on, do you just mainly focus on the host?
No. I mean, if it's a proper collab, then I try to translate for both.
That gets hard.
Do end up losing lines more, but in that case, sometimes I translate paraphrases. For example, person A says something, person B says something in response, but person B says like 3 lines. Sometimes I might just type only 1 line for them, which is sort of paraphrase of everything that they said.
Yeah, because I imagine it gets hard for when people talk over each other, like, you know, doing. I was curious.
Yeah.
That would be hard to keep up with. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Though the good thing sometimes with collabs is people do tend to not speak over each other all the time because they are having a conversation, right? So it's not a constant issue. It's just every once in a while. Yeah.
I see.
So, speaking of VTubers and collabs, what is your dream collab?
I don't really have a dream.
Or did you already
collab.
accomplish it?
Yeah, I was gonna say you might have already accomplished it. You've been.
I've managed to collab with K-san, but it's not. I don't really see it as a like an ultimate goal or anything, because like we're friends now, so it's
right.
Sort of I just want to hang out with friends, basically.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Oh, Patrick Lee, thank you so much for the
donation.
Super chat.
Yeah, this
Thank
is
you.
I can't read.
Chat. Thank you so much.
I mean,
Yeah, Yuki's
my brain
blind
is
now.
scrambled.
Yes. Nice collab. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have Taishi here.
Yes.
Very insightful.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
Really good
Yeah,
choice for
he's-
first one.
Yeah.
I do hope to eventually collab with all of the K-san friends. Yeah. Getting through it. I mean, because the thing with collabs is like, you can't have too many of them. It feels like there's too much. So I try to keep it to about 2 per week, which means you can't really go through them all that quickly.
Yeah. And even for us, I think we initially
We only do
limited
one.
ourselves to 1 per week. And even now, we don't do 1 per week all the time either. I think we're now at like 2 a month or something like that.
It's because
Mhm.
now we
You
have like
still
our
wanna-
own channel projects to do, like this.
Yeah, you want to build your own brand. You still want to do your own channel projects. But I know you had mentioned like, oh yeah, you're basically friends now, and that's kind of the feeling that you want to have. You know, when you
Collab.
if you are lucky enough to be with your Oshi and you're able to collab, right?
know.
Or people that you would like to collab with. You know, you want the friendship rather than just hey,
Fan.
one and done, bye.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't want to put them on a pedestal
Yeah.
too much because they feel uncomfortable with it.
Right, yeah. And the best collabs are one where you're able to joke around and kind of be yourselves, So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd still be nervous though. But, if I ever
think
got to
anyone
collab with
would.
Case, I'll be like, oh, I'm such a fan. I'll try not to embarrass myself.
I mean, conversely, when it gets like really, really bad, then that's entertaining in its own way. It
Right.
reminds me of
Yeah.
that stream that Subaru did with Noel,
Mm.
Hololive Girls, where Noelu's Oshi is Subaru, and she was just stuttering the entire time. So that's entertaining. in
That's
its
too
own
Probably
cute.
way.
entertaining. Yeah, that's true. It's like so cute and so endearing,
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
I'd
true.
be
That's
that.
true. I would. Yes.
I'd be that. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. But I guess my fear was be like, oh man, Yuna's so boring. why did Keisan agree to even to talk with them? or or any other big VTuber, It doesn't have to be Keisan, but
But
yeah. But
Mm.
but I think, like you said, those types of interactions are still very endearing in their own way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So-
But I mean, generally, if you want to collab with someone, just reach out.
Yeah.
In my experience, my very limited experience, most VTubers are really cool people. Really cool, really nice people. It's very open. And if you reach out, normally it's the worst that they can do is say no, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yeah, just go for it.
I think a lot of people are just afraid of like the no part because the bad feelings.
The
come.
no part, or like
That's true.
you don't want to look like a clout chaser. Like, oh, this 5,000K subscriber, 5,000 subscriber YouTube channel is asking me. That's what people always kind of assume that the other party is going to think of. That
Right.
who are you,
Right.
you peon?
How
So,
dare
like,
you
my-
push me?
Yeah.
My advice for that is more like the more specific your request, the higher chance of it being accepted, I think.
Yes. I think so
Yeah.
too, because people don't like, especially busy people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know we set up a few collabs with some corpos or bigger indies, and like you said, the more specific, the more they're able to say yes or no, because they aren't doing the guesswork of saying sometime in May, or
Yeah. And
being able to
what
do
does this
that.
person want to do with me?
what
And,
game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got to make sure I have it.
And
Yeah,
being
something
able
like
to know the person that you're collabing with too, like being able to accurately suggest games that are appropriate. So, like for example, Yuki and I are a duo. You don't want to suggest just like only a 2-player game.
Exactly.
Like to play with both of us. Like, okay, well, someone's gonna have to sit out then. Or a game that's or even just in general, you don't want a super grindy game for a collab unless you're good friends and that you're kind
have
of
the
into the
time.
grind.
Yeah.
You want something that's fast and easy to get into and easy to get out of for collabs usually. And I think some VTubers could benefit from knowing those tips, like Taishi just said and I just said.
That brings me to a question I kind of have for you two. Like, how do you
Sure.
balance the fact that you have two people? Like, some games are like single player games. Like, or do you only play like 2-player games, or how does that work?
Well, so we usually.
Yuki, do you wanna...
I'll explain because I restart. How dare you?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. This is the part where we talk over each other.
Yes. So, in the case of 1-player games, whoever suggested it will usually take control of the controller. Yeah, they will be the main player, and the other person will be there for commentary and for watching the chat.
I
So
see.
there's like some benefit to that. We try not to have too many 1-player games, or if we have a few, we'll make sure like we split it evenly. So Yuki will be playing. I think Yuki's in charge of
Fire Emblem Engage.
What are you in charge of? Yeah, Fire Emblem Engage, and I'm in charge of Harvestella right now. So we kind of assign each other a game that we're kind of in charge of, or if we specifically bought it, like for Trinity Trigger, which just released not too long ago. Yuki bought the game, so she is going to be player 1 until we unlock multiplayer. That's how we kind of do it. There's some benefits, of course, like to single player games is that someone can keep an eye on chat and be more interactive.
Yes, like heckling still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I know the appeal of our channel is more like two people doing things together. So we do try to stick with co-op games, but sometimes we want to really play this game, and there's only one player, sadly.
Right. There are a lot of amazing single player games out there.
Yeah,
so.
there are
a lot of JRPGs that we enjoy.
And I don't have enough time. That's always the sad part. Don't have enough time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we play it on stream.
Yeah. And it takes even longer because we can only stream for so long, but we want to play more.
I know.
I think we've maybe only finished like one game.
Yeah, we've only finished one game.
One game in the year and the month that we've been streaming. It's like, we've only finished one game completely. How about you, Taishi? Have you been able to finish any games?
A few, not all that many. For example, I finished Yakuza 0.
Oh, congrats.
At the time, I could only do like one game stream per week, so it took me like 12 or 13 weeks.
Yeah, right?
That's still better than us. It's okay.
Yeah, you have a better track record than us. We're just like, well, first of all, we're constantly starting new games, so that probably isn't good for us. But
There's that.
Yeah,
there's that. But recently, I've sort of been more interested in the shorter games. So yeah.
What are you playing right now?
Right now, I'm playing this game called Sifu, which is like
this
kung fu
that one.
thing. It's supposed to last like 12 hours, but I'm getting greedy. I'm trying to get like a perfect score. I don't know
no. We have another Yuki in our midst. Oh, jeez.
It's okay.
I don't know if you know the gimmick of the game, right? If you die, you age up, right? You get older. I'm trying to make it so that I don't die at all, so that I stay
so you're
at
a
age
young
20.
fighting chap. Yes, you're in your prime.
So now I have like 40 hours in the game, and I'm still nowhere near done.
It's okay. You're taking a challenge and you're running with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how Yuki is too. She's like a completionist. In our previous stream last night, Trinity Turner, there's like treasures all over the place.
They're like. Because
it tells you how many treasures there are, and she's just like, I need to go find them. I'm like, stop going back. You already been to that area. Stop. Come on. Then we need to go to the story so I can play.
It's worth it because
it is worth it.
We have all this equipment now.
We're so slow. We're so slow. I'll never be able to play because I think multiplayer is locked behind this 3-hour gate. And I'm like, I think we're only an hour in, and we played for like 2 hours. I'm like, please, Yuki. Move along.
Trust me, you'll be thankful once you get all the equipment.
Okay. I'll believe you for now. But yes, there's different playstyles and completionists.
Do you guys
like perfect runs?
Guides when you're trying to be perfectionist?
I try not to actually.
We try not to, but if we're like really stuck and we're like sitting there, especially if we're streaming, we don't want to be sitting at the same spot for like an hour or something.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Then we will. But back in the day when there was not much like internet. What do you mean no internet? Okay, we're not that old. We're not that old.
We're not that old. Well, it felt like there's no internet.
Back when people did, we had to bang 2 rocks together, and that's how we did our games. Back when I don't think many people did a lot of walkthroughs, like that's.
You can look up
or
YouTube.
It wasn't as easy to communicate with other people where you could just like say, hey, so-and-so, did you play this game? Where'd you find this stuff? I think we did used to do that, or when we were younger, really. But nowadays, we try to do it ourselves. How about you, Taishi? Do you like ever consult some guides, or do you just like kind of figure it out?
Well, when I play the main game, I don't. But then when I'm trying to be perfectionist, then I do. Yeah, or like the way I like to play games is like I like to have the first experience. I like to have the first experience going in blind, and then after that, then I watch like a whole ton of YouTube videos.
So you do your research afterwards. Like, okay, I'm gonna get this run perfect.
Yeah. Like for example, Ark, right? The dinosaur game.
Oh yeah.
I did my first stream just going in blind. I died a whole ton of times. And then after that, then I started watching YouTube videos about like source the team, like
so
where
great.
to go for this stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like that enhances my experience because like now I know what I'm doing. I'm not just fumbling for like 3 hours.
Yeah, because
Right.
So yeah.
sometimes fumbling for a very long time makes it very not enjoyable for you.
Right. I think that I did
It's
that.
frustrating for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be enjoyable
Yeah,
for
I
your
think-
viewers, but not for you.
Right. Not for you. Yeah. Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
kind of did something where I sort of sometimes I'll prepare a little bit. Like for Raft, it's like very easy to kind of get stuck in a spot and not be able to move forward. So I did watch a few guys here and there, but just to be able to get us over that small hump where we wouldn't be able to proceed.
Exactly.
Hello,
Yeah.
Hugo.
Or you could be like me. I guess the big mistake I made recently was I started a newslock on the newest Pokemon game, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But I haven't even played the main game normally. So it's like, what the heck? I'm doing this on like really hard mode, and I haven't even played the game like all the way. So,
Didn't you kill your like starter Pokemon already?
Yeah, I killed my starter Pokemon already. I already had one death, but yeah, I know it. Like right out the gate, I was like, "Oh yeah, I need to level him up," and I forgot you can use like there's XP share, so I forgot that you can like use higher level Pokemon even though they might not listen to you to like kind of power through. But I forgot. I just tried like taking him back to a slightly higher level. Like, here you go. I want to throw you out there, and then like he died. I was like, "Oh, sorry, dude." That was the first loss. But yeah, so you could be like me and make it super hardcore mode. And that's why I haven't played the newslock ever since. I just haven't gotten back to it.
Are you
Flashback.
going to go back to it?
I will one day. One day. It's a solo stream, so it's kind of hard when you're here. No offense.
Wow, that's rude. You'll have a chance during Anime Expo, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have a chance when you go to AX and go work there. I'll play it then.
Talking about your solo streams, I remember when I saw playing a ton of the whole
yes!
Everyone always brings
Thank
it
you.
up.
Thank you for bringing it up. See, I was not hallucinating.
My shame.
Thank you for bringing up Ina's shame.
I think there was another update recently, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. I'm like, I've been trying to be good and not binge. But like when Yuki leaves, I usually like binge it. I have not been as bad ever since. I do like I try to limit myself. But yeah, that was my dark past.
Well, hey, I mean, if you enjoy it, then what's wrong with
yeah,
that, right?
I enjoy it a lot. It's become kind of like a joke within our community that I'm just like slightly addicted. But yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, who doesn't love HoloLive? So
exactly.
it's a very addicting game. Yes. Have you played it before?
I have played it for a while, and yeah, I played it for like 3 or 4 times.
That's still pretty good.
Yep.
Not as much as you.
Every time
like 6 and 4 days.
Not as much.
No, I think it's hard. I was trying to also beat each stage with every character, so that also probably helped me. Yeah. I lost track of where I am, so we'll see.
No.
So
Slightly.
if I go to Anime
Check me
Expo, you're not gonna do the same thing, are you?
No. It'll be fine. I've only scheduled one HoloCure stream, and you're only gone so many days, so you're good.
Okay, chat. You gotta keep an eye on Yuna.
Guerrilla.
Yeah, gorillas. So many gorillas. I think at that point I had streamed like twice a day or something like that weekend.
Goodness.
It was all HoloCure, and then like towards the end, I think Sunday, I was like, hey, if I switch to Twitch, no one will get mad at me, right? So I streamed HoloCure on Twitch, like as if I'm trying to get out of being caught.
Oh my goodness. Don't worry, you still got caught anyways, because they're all the Guildmates
I know,
were like,
I still got
Yuki!
caught. Everyone
they were DMing, being like, Yuki, you're streaming HoloCure again.
Yeah.
Nah, just own it.
Fine.
Just own it. I like this. I'm gonna play it. Look,
I'm gonna play it.
People play Minecraft for like hundreds and hundreds of hours. They don't get flagged for it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
HoloCure.
Exactly.
Why are
There's
you gonna
nothing
get flagged
wrong.
for it? Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being a holocure streamer.
Exactly. Elden Ring takes like 100 hours, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's another game that we need to play. You
Which
know,
one?
for Elden Ring.
Oh.
Yeah.
We want to do a challenge for Elden Ring where like one of us controls the movement, the other controls the attacks.
Oh no.
Well, we would
no.
never get anywhere. We would never
You
get
would not.
anywhere.
Yeah, no. Yesterday,
We will find a way.
yesterday I translated for Nazuna. She was playing Elden Ring 2 whole hours. Just one boss, never
Oh,
cleared
no.
it.
Oh,
poor
no!
girl.
And that was not the first time she did it. She was doing it. She's been doing it since the previous stream.
Oh
And
no.
the previous stream was 6 hours long.
Oh. That's not gonna bode well for us because
It's not.
I don't. We should do it as like a fundraiser. I think that would be
Let's
so
just do it as a
funny.
fundraiser, yeah.
So like every time
Yeah,
you
that's
donate
better.
is a donathon.
Yeah.
That might be nice to do it for like Extra Life or something to like donate it out to a hospital or
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah, I used to do Extra Life quite a bit, so.
Mm. And then you
That's
can
the idea.
you can make it so that whenever people donate to you, you have to extend the stream so your your pain continues.
Yeah, the pain. Oh, maybe
Let's do
that
it
might
for
be the
this
idea.
year.
We'd have to figure out the control scheme, like how we're gonna do this, because otherwise we're gonna be like smushed together, like I'm not sure how the controls work. Like, is the mouse only attacking, or stuff like
I
that.
have not
I
played
think
the
you
game.
have to roll and stuff too. Yeah,
You
I
do. Yes.
haven't played.
You have to avoid the attacks or else you get stomped.
Oh, we're not good at that. We're not good
Oh
at that.
yeah.
I'm a attack first, defend later kind of person.
Oh no.
Yeah. And Elden Ring's hard, so yeah.
Good luck. Good
Yes.
luck.
We'll see how well that works, right?
Go for it. I mean, it's a great game. Like
yeah.
everybody has only good things to say about it. So
Have you played
There's a reason why it won an award, right?
Mm.
Have you played it before, Taishi?
I
I
have
don't think he has.
not. It's a 100-hour investment and I'm not ready to get into.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
a long,
seen
you
other
have to
people
really
suffer
invest.
then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's more fun to watch other
Yeah,
people suffer.
mhm. That's how it is.
Mhm. I mean, you have to be a certain type of person to be able to play it well on stream. Like, you have to be the type of person
yeah.
who's fine with just failing again and again and again, not getting frustrated by it.
Yes. I don't think I'm that type of person.
I am not either. So
I did
I
play
can't
a little bit of Dark Souls. Like, the first boss kicked my ass so many times.
do it. Mhm.
Then I gave up. I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
this isn't happening.
Have you guys played Undertale?
No, we have not. We've heard, of course, we've heard of it, but we have not
Mm.
played it. Have you?
So I tried it. Halfway through, there was this boss I couldn't beat. I tried for like an hour, and then I was just like, you know what? That's the ending. This
It's like
character
we
got
ended
stomped.
here.
And
like,
the
I'm
character
done.
got stomped. It was a bad ending. I'm sorry. Story end.
Rest in peace.
Exactly. Rest in peace. I'm never touching that stupid thing again.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there was a game that I kind of did that with.
Mm.
Oblivion, I think. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Like I had bought it like I think for one of the Xboxes, and I started out and then I got killed and I was like, I'm scared, I didn't want to do it anymore. I
remember
wandered
dying
into
a
like
lot.
a place. Yeah, I wandered to it somewhere like where I wasn't supposed to be probably, and it's like I got one shot. I was like, oh, I'm so sad. This game's too hard, and I just like stopped.
Why did you get Oblivion instead of Skyrim?
I don't know.
Skyrim hadn't come
I
out
think
back
maybe it didn't come out back then. I was a
Oh.
kid, so I didn't know any better. That I probably shouldn't have gotten that game. It was too mature
I
for
see.
me.
Yeah, and
I
I think
see.
I
It's too
remember
mature.
because you wandered into a grass patch and bandits came out.
Yeah, I was like, oh, and then I got teleported to like a castle or something.
Oh,
and
that
I
was the
like,
main story.
Bam, I'm dead.
That was the main story.
Yeah.
You did level up.
Oh, yeah. So basically, I got too scared as a little kid, and I was like, oh, I'm done with this game. I don't like it.
Can we return
I
it?
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we exchanged it for Samurai Warriors on Xbox.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a little better. A little more hack and slash.
Fair enough. Mm. So have
Oh,
you played-
Oblivion is a wonderful game. No, I'm sorry. I'm scared.
Have you
Oh,
ever played Skyrim?
Amnesia. Yeah, Amnesia was one that Yuki couldn't get to.
No. Oh, okay.
Is
Yes,
it 'cause it's
yes.
scary or what?
It's
Yeah, it was so scary for her.
Scary.
Mm.
So there's this part where you have to
Yeah.
get like multiple keys, and you just played it before, like through the entire thing.
It was.
So my
it was
friends
like
are watching
potions, right?
watching me play it, and I was like, okay, I had the last key. No, wait, I don't have the last key. Where's the second key? And he was like, I think you missed it. You have to go back. I'm like, fuck that. I'm done.
She just shut down the game. She's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Oh my
She was
God.
so upset.
I
That's
see.
our mentality.
Well, time is limited. Do what sparks joy for you. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta choose what you like and enjoy it. Otherwise,
Mhm.
it's gonna be a miserable stream.
Mhm.
But sometimes you suffer for like fundraisers. The enjoyment of chat every once in a while, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of limited time, I think we have 5 minutes left. So
Okay, we can.
Okay.
We can. Yeah, we'll ask maybe our last 2 questions real fast.
Okay.
What is your ideal vacation? Slightly off topic. Speaking of limited time, what free time? What do you want to do in your free time? If you had vacation.
Well, my ideal vacation is when everything goes right, and and when you schedule something at a certain time, it happens at a certain time. That doesn't always happen.
Oh
Things
yeah,
get
definitely
late
not.
and you're slow and things like that. So there are 2 ways to have a vacation, right? One is to really pack it with things. One is just chill. I'm definitely the kind of person who packs it full of things.
Oh, okay. You like to keep busy.
Yeah. So I like to go here, go there, go there, go there. So the more places I go to, the more opportunity there is for things to go all right.
that's true. That's
Yes. I
true. Would you like to go to any
But,
place in particular, or are you just like any place is good for me?
Well, Japan is Japan. That's the only place I really ever care about going.
Have you been there?
Have you been?
I have a few times. I
Oh.
even went last year around October.
Yeah,
It's funny because like Japan, like for a while they did the thing where like you need a visa to enter the country, right?
Yes, that was really hard.
They lifted it on October 11th. I arrived on October 10th.
No!
So I still needed the visa.
Oh,
no.
dang.
It was fine though. But the fact that I arrived right after they lifted the thing meant the crowds weren't there yet. So I enjoyed myself quite a lot. Conversely, this past week, because it's Golden Week in Japan, I've seen a lot of Twitter posts showing like, this is what it looks like in Enoshima right now. This is what it looks like in Kyoto right now. And it's just like, people just stuck. They can't move. It's just, the entire street's just packed. Side to side people, and there's no moving. I'm like, I'm so glad I went last year.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I actually went to.
And right now is kind of the popular time as well because
Yes,
I
'cause
know
it's not summer.
I know at least a few VTubers
Mm-hmm.
within the last month, 2 months, who are visiting Japan right now.
I went to
Yuki.
Japan for
Yuki
the
went there
first
for
time
business. Yeah, she
Yeah,
went there for a business trip
in March. Yeah, I went there for the first time in
Yeah.
March, and it wasn't
How was
as
it?
packed, but like it was still like there were quite a lot of tourists.
Tourists, yes, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to Akiba?
Yeah, I mainly went around the Shibuya area and Ikebukuro. Looked around. I was mainly there for business, so I had to attend like workshops mainly.
Oh.
But I did get to shop
But we'll
around.
have to. Yeah, I want to go there because I have yet to go there myself.
Well, don't worry, I'm a master of the trains. I've gotten lost enough already.
Oh no, you can
No.
never get lost enough. You always just keep getting more and more lost with the
here's the
train.
solution. We just take Taishi with us next time. There you go.
That works.
Yeah, Taishi would be perfect. It's like, okay, Taishi, we can't read this sign. Help us.
Actually, there's quite a lot of English
It
on the
was-
signs.
I'll make the
Tokyo.
itinerary for you and bring you around. There you go.
There you go. Perfect. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, our vacations, I do like, we've had a few packed vacations, but with COVID, it's always been kind of lax But
yeah,
I like
COVID.
catching up on the traveling. But I think Japan's gonna be our next big vacation. We gotta save up some gold.
Particularly where?
Have not decided yet.
Probably Tokyo
Where
area.
would you recommend? Probably
babies.
Tokyo for sure, but where would you recommend?
Well, I mean, Tokyo is a good place to start. It's where Akiba is, obviously, and also from Tokyo you can do day trips to the surrounding areas. So Kamakura, the Big Buddha, that's a day trip. Hakodate, which is a hot springs place, you can do like an overnight there, stay at a ryokan.
Ooh, that'd be really good.
Yeah, that's what I really want to do.
Yeah.
Hot springs.
From Tokyo, also there are companies that arrange day trips for you. So there's I myself was on one that took us to see Mount Fuji from several different locations around Mount Fuji. So you got to see it from different angles. So that was cool too. So yeah, generally I would say for a starter, Tokyo, it's where everything is. So a lot of cool things there. Yeah,
I would love to do the Mount Fuji thing, but knowing my luck, it would probably rain. I'm a rain girl. I attract the rain.
Dang it.
Rain and clouds.
Yeah, it's raining clouds. So you know how in Japan, I think this like sunny. You're like either attract the sunny weather or you attract the crappy weather, and usually Yuki and I are the crappy weather people. Sadly.
Mount Fuji is famous for being hidden. Like, do you know Abroad in Japan, the YouTube channel? This dude called Chris, he went to see, he went for a week-long journey to see Mount Fuji, and the entire week he didn't get to see Mount Fuji because it was always covered by clouds.
Oh,
so sad.
That's so sad.
But yeah, you have to be lucky. Go into winter. It tends to be clearer.
Really?
Yeah. Fewer clouds in the winter.
I would say don't go during the summer because I hear it's humid and miserable.
Oh my god, it is.
Is it? Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Well,
two more things, I think. Do you have any advice for anyone looking to enter the translation industry? Back on translation, I guess.
I have a few points. One is translate something before you get a job. Don't wait until you get a job to start translating, because you can have never too much practice. The more you translate, the more you go like, I'm not familiar with this. Maybe I need to work on this. Just if you're looking to get into the industry, start translating already. There is shotetsu.com, which is just tons of web novels that you can read for free. Don't upload them. Don't upload your translations, but just translate by yourself, just so you get the experience. That would be if you're looking to enter the light novel or the creative translation industry. I'm not familiar with other translation industries, like if you want to translate corporate stuff or medical stuff. That one I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure most people are interested in the
creative. That's the fun one.
The creative, yes.
Yeah. Second is, when you start, don't expect it to be a full-time job. So keep your main job. Do it as a side thing until you feel like you're good enough or you're fast enough that you can ramp it up. Third one is get over the literal accuracy bump. It's beginner translators tend to start where like they are more fixated on so-called fidelity to the text, where they try to maintain the Japanese grammar in the English text because they're like, that's how they say it in Japanese. I want to convey the idea in a more accurate way or a more faithful way. It's a bit of a bump because like when you get over it, like later you sort of understand that it's more important to make the English text flow better, and you're trying to make it so that English readers, it's easier on them. So, but when you're in the middle of that original thing, you can't get out of it yourself. It's a phase that everybody goes through. So there's that. Next advice would be keep your own database of translations that you think are good. So what I like to do is when I watch anime, I always put the English translations on subtitles because sometimes I really like the way that they translate this, and then I put it into a database so that I can refer back to it later if it's not if it doesn't or like immediately come to mind, then I can refer to it, right? Because sometimes there are some words that don't translate one for one very well from Japanese English, and there are like a plethora of ways that you could translate it into English. So and sometimes the exact word doesn't come to mind, so I like to keep a database. And
yeah, that's smart. Yes.
Lastly is make friends, join Discord groups or join something, because when you translate, if you don't know something, ask, and so make those connections to people that you can ask.
Yeah, those
Those
are
are very
all
good tips.
solid. Yeah, very good tips, solid. And a lot of that kind of almost applies to VTubing too. Like, you got to start somewhere. You don't want to just dive in full time and things like that. So, yeah, definitely. I think even I have learned a lot so far.
Yes, it was a really good idea to bring you on as our first guest.
Yeah.
Thank you so
you
much
for
for
having
like
me.
talking for 2 hours. Yeah, did you have one
Yeah.
more question, or was it just like a general ending?
No, I was just wondering, is there anything that you're want to plug or say?
No, just please subscribe to and subscribe this stream, this channel, and my channel also.
No,
Yes,
no.
subscribe to
Taishi.
the Taishi channel. Yes. Everyone go click on that link in the video title. It's right there. And it's also in our description. And also be sure to check out Taishi's work. There's his personal website, and then also he officially translates for J Novel Club. If you click on I think you can click on by translator. You can find all the works that he translates.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's a wrap.
All right. Yay! We did
Yeah,
it!
thank you.
First Tavern
We did
talk
it.
is
We
done.
succeeded. We succeeded in our first Tavern talk. Time flew. I can't believe it's already like 11.
Yeah, we did digress a lot, but that was all fun.
Yeah, we did. But that's how it is. That's how it be,
That's
you
how
know.
Now I remember Sun Bear.
Yeah, Sun
yes.
Bear. Now this is a really skinny, weird-looking bear.
So
It's
if you
been
if you
very
have me in your
educational.
campaign, I'm gonna be a bear. You just have to figure out which one I'm gonna be.
Yeah, Taishi might have a heads up. He might know because you've already described all the bears that you can be.
What if I made up a bear like a red panda?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not
you didn't
made
make that up. It exists.
Yeah,
That's
it
true.
exists. A blue bear. You can be a blue bear.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's a new bear.
All right, Yuna, do you want to find someone to raid?
Yes. Well, you threw up the raid thing. Raid message, raid thing.
Oh, I'll type it.
I feel like YouTube's rating system is not the most intuitive thing. It's
How do you
click
raid? I
here.
actually don't know how to raid.
oh
on YouTube.
yeah. So
You know, wrote up a handy guide.
Yeah, I actually wrote up a guide. It's
Ooh.
somewhere in our
Video.
thing, but I can just tell you how to do it as I do it here.
Okay.
You know where the the live broadcasting, if you go to edit and you go to customization, and you can scroll down all the way down. There's an area that says redirect, and then you can choose a specific video, or you click search videos from other channels.
Hold
a
on.
list of currently live channels will pop up.
This is from YouTube Studio, the YouTube Studio page,
Yep,
or
YouTube Studio.
YouTube
Mhm.
Studio.
okay.
You can't do it on OBS. You have to do it via YouTube Studio.
Oh yeah, YouTube Studio.
I
That's
see.
what you go through.
Hold on. Okay then.
So that's where you go. YouTube Studio. I'm just gonna randomly pick someone. Tell me when to stop.
Who you picking though? I need to know.
Who do we did Rana last week. So I think we can do. Make sure the hard thing is you gotta make sure they're still alive, right? So I'm gonna check real
Never
fast.
heard
Right?
that.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
There is always that. So I'm checking.
And sometimes they're just ending.
Right. Yeah, why don't we go to kind of like another talk show? So, continue the same vibes. That might be nice. So we're gonna go raid Sky Shinju.
Woo!
AN project. Or we could do
man.
Mino Mieko, I guess.
Who do you want? Yuna, make up your mind.
We'll do Sky.
Thank you. I need to write this down.
I think we recently rated Mino. So.
When in doubt, use a randomator.
Yeah,
Randomizer.
it's hard. I making decisions. It's so hard.
Oh,
Oh,
I know.
Jojo, I'm so sorry. You just got here. No.
Don't worry, you can watch the VOD. You'll learn lots of things.
Yeah,
Watch
I'm so
the VOD.
sorry.
There'll be the VOD, so there you go.
Yeah, that's the good thing about YouTube. That's one of the reasons why we decided to go with YouTube over Twitch.
The
'Cause
VOD,
Twitch
yeah.
kind of erases the VODs after a while.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's harder to get discovered and rated on here, but you know, there's plenty of benefits.
I mean, that's why you play Hello Gear on Twitch, so it disappears.
Yeah, it disappears.
Oh,
and my evidence is gone.
damn.
Exactly. Taishi knows my ulterior motives here. You know, no evidence is left behind. Exactly.
Maybe I should have put you next to him.
Yeah, you should have. I wasn't gonna kill him. Taishi would have been fine next to me.
Yeah, just feel free to kill me.
Whoa!
Wait, no, I wouldn't kill. I said I wouldn't kill you. I had to keep you alive so you can back me up on the hull here.
Okay,
Yes.
so is the race set up?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay, then.
We should say
Yes,
our goodbyes.
Yes, thank you so much to Taishi for coming. Everyone, be sure to check out Taishi. And thank you so much for allowing us to have you for our first episode, Tavern Talk.
Thank you so much for having me. Very much honored to be your first guest and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can get you in a Dungeons and Dragons game or even just a normal collab sometime. Huh?
Looking forward to it. Yep.
Then we can nerd out about more Bookworm.
Yes.
Yes. Gay Novel Club, are you listening?
Oh god.
I'm gonna keep appealing to them. I'll keep appealing to them. Maybe one day they'll listen. Just link them this video.
Mm.
They'll probably be like, "Are you breaking NDA?"
Yeah. No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
If it's already available online as a
That's
preview, it'll be
true.
fine.
Yeah.
Any last words? Not last words. Party
last
words.
words. You really are gonna kill him. Oh no, Taishi, you
Party words.
You thought I would be the dangerous one, but Yuki's just threatening you. I see.
That's because I backed you up. Alright, no, yeah, that's it. Thank you
Okay,
for
that's it.
having me.
All right. So usually we end the stream with like a quest complete or see you next adventure. Usually we scream that at the end.
So we'll do a quest complete because you're our first
Yeah.
guest.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Sign off.
So
Alright.
we usually count down with like 3, 2, 1, and then we say quest complete,
Mm.
And then bam.
and then we use the
Okay.
ending screen.
Yep.
Ready?
Okay.
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 So you can participate if you want, or you can have Yuki and I say it too. So it's up to you.
I'll say it. It's like Monster
Yeah.
Hunter, right?
Yes!
Yeah, like Monster Hunter. Let's go.
Raise your glasses,
Alright.
everyone. Okay.
Alright.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Quest
Let's
complete.
Complete.